Level 1, $50,000. You make $50,000. He makes $52,000. You split a one-bedroom in Logan Square that leaks when the upstairs neighbor showers. You split the rent because that's fair. You split the groceries because that's fair. You split the ambition because neither of you knows what else to do with it yet. Ryan on a Saturday, gym shorts he's owned since college, a t-shirt from a company that's rebranded twice since, Xbox controller, bowl of cereal at 2 p.m. He looks up when you walk in and says, "Hey babe," flat, no punctuation, and goes back to whatever he's doing. The fight is small. Friday night. You wanted to do something for your birthday next week? He looks up from his phone. "Babe, we can't just drop $300 because it's a Wednesday." You aren't asking for $300. You're asking to be planned for. He shrugs. "It's not that deep." That line. Hold that line. You're going to hear it again in 10 years, said by a different version of the same man. And it's going to mean something completely different. Because at $50,000 in a shared apartment in Logan Square, you are not what economists call scarce. You aren't invisible. You just aren't rare. And the market has told him he can rest. The barista is polite, not flirty. Your colleagues ask about your weekend and move on. You fly to a conference in Denver, sit alone at the hotel bar, nobody comes over. Not one drink, not one hello. Ryan feels none of that pressure, because there is none. His floor is his ceiling. He's calibrated, perfectly, to exactly what the market requires of him. You don't hate him. You love him. You just don't yet know what you're looking at. Then the promotion comes. Level 2, $150,000. You get poached. That's the word. $150,000 plus equity at a tech company in the West Loop. New 2-bedroom with an actual dishwasher. You pay a little more of the rent. He notices. He doesn't say anything. He notices. Watch what happens over the next 90 days. He reads the book on your nightstand, actually reads it, quotes a line from it at dinner with your sister, which is something Ryan has never done in 5 years. He starts cooking, real cooking. He sends you a photo of a mise en place before you get home. He looks at you one Sunday and says, without prompting, "I want to be better for you." You cry a little. You think, finally. But there's another scene from that same month you should replay. A work dinner, new job. A guy across the table asks you what you do, asks follow-up questions, and over the course of the appetizer turns his chair, slowly, physically, until he's facing you and not the man across from him. Ryan sits next to you. He watches every second of it. On the drive home, he's quiet. Then, half a mile from the apartment, he says, "That guy at dinner tonight." He doesn't finish the sentence. He doesn't have to. 2 weeks later, he joins a gym. Mate value research is unambiguous. Not because she asks, because he reads the room. You think he's growing up. He thinks he's just becoming a better man. Both of you are half right. But you don't know that yet, so you let yourself believe it. So you let the silver bracelet on the kitchen counter mean what he wants it to mean. But the next level. This is where your mother notices. Level 3, $500,000. Newly VP. The founder pulls you into a room and offers you a piece of the cap table. 18 months later, that piece is worth a number you can't say out loud. Total comp, $500,000 plus. First time flying business class. First time on a panel with your name on the pop-up banner. First time an assistant schedules your dentist. Look at Ryan now. Coach, macros, sleep tracked on a ring. A tailor named Emile in the West Loop who calls him Sir. Marcus Aurelius on the flight to your company retreat in Sonoma, and you know he's actually reading it because he underlines it and you see him underline it. He remembers your assistant's birthday. He books the restaurant for your mother's anniversary. He's the kind of boyfriend your college girlfriends now call a unicorn. Your mother visits. You take her to coffee. Ryan is at the counter, ordering. Navy sweater, cleaner haircut. Something in his posture is different. She notices before you do. She watches him for a long moment. Then she turns back to you and says, "He's a different man." She means it as a compliment. That's what makes it worse. Because you hear the sentence the way she means it, and you hear the sentence the way it actually is, both at the same time. The difference in emphasis is the entire video. Now here's what else is happening at $500,000. The DMs come back, Ryan doesn't see them. You never show him. 2 ex-boyfriends resurface after 6 years of silence. One of them, the college one who goes dark when you're still at $40,000, leaves a public happy birthday comment on a LinkedIn post you make about a fundraising round. Very professional, very appropriate, very, very calculated. The men in your orbit change. Not more men, better men. A partner at a top-tier firm at a charity gala puts his card in your hand and doesn't put it in Ryan's. A founder at a conference dinner says quietly at the end of the night, "If you ever want to leave and build something, I'm the first call." His wife is at the table. He doesn't care. Ryan is there for most of this. He doesn't confront it. He absorbs it. And every quiet threat he absorbs, he answers by becoming a better version of himself. Here's the first thing you need to hear. If a man calls you intimidating, he means he can't out-earn you. Every single time. That word is a confession. Screenshot that. But the last level, that's where the machine reveals itself. Level 4, $1 million plus. The company hits its exit. Your piece is worth what takes you a full afternoon with a new wealth advisor to fully understand. 7 figures a year, purely on managed capital, then a board seat, then another, then a fund of your own. Look at Ryan now. He is, picture him, the exact man from a spiral notebook you fill on a Sunday morning in Logan Square, while he plays Xbox in the next room and you write down what you want your life to look like. That man, standing in your kitchen now, built, red, passable Italian, sits on a philanthropy board because he wants to, hosts dinners, asks your father's opinion on things, remembers your cycle, remembers your mother's cycle. He is, in every observable way, the finished product. Now look at what surrounds you. A family office dinner in Miami. A 38-year-old scion of one of the largest private fortunes on the East Coast sits next to you and asks, at coffee, if you've ever considered restructuring your personal balance sheet. You understand the question, so does he. So, at the other end of the table, does Ryan. Later that week, Aspen, a hedge fund founder, invites you both to his home. On the second night, he pulls you aside on the deck and says, "I want you to know I see you." That's the whole line. His wife is inside. Ryan is inside. He says it, goes back in. You go back in. Ryan is standing by the fireplace with a glass of wine, watching you cross the room. That night, in the guest bed, in the dark, he says it, quiet, almost to himself. "I'll be whoever I need to be." You think he's telling you he loves you. He's telling you the truth. Second thing you need to hear. Every man selling a high-value man course is broke. Real wealth doesn't need a title. Real presence doesn't need a brand. The men actually pursuing you at $1 million don't have a YouTube channel. They have a wire transfer. But that was warm-up. Here's the thing you have to sit with. Every level of your wealth does 2 things at once. It makes you more valuable to Ryan, and it puts you in rooms with men Ryan has to defend against. His growth is real. His love is real. He isn't performing, he isn't faking, he is evolving under conditions that have never existed before. Because a man defending a $50,000 girlfriend in Logan Square runs one kind of math. A man defending a $1 million a year wife around men who could buy the block, different math entirely. He doesn't change because you ask. He changes because the market around you tells him what it will cost to lose you, and he responds. Third thing you need to hear. The man who tries hardest isn't the man who loves you most. He's the man defending the biggest position. Now the reveal. Your mother wasn't wrong. He is a different man, which means the man he is now, the philosopher, the presence, the finished product, that man existed inside him the whole time. He was capable of it in Logan Square. He was capable of it in the shared apartment with the leaking ceiling. He was capable of it on the Friday night you asked to be planned for, and he said, "It's not that deep." He chose not to be, because the market told him he didn't have to, because you were his floor and his ceiling, because nobody else was looking. He didn't grow into the man you wanted. He revealed the man he was always willing to become, under the right pressure, applied by someone else. And that someone else was never you. It was the marketplace of men who started noticing you when your paycheck told them to. You didn't earn the good version of him, other men did. You just happened to be in the room. Sit with that. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, turn on notifications. This channel doesn't do budgeting tips or girl boss speeches. This is the version nobody's telling you out loud.